Hey guys, Dr. Prometheus here, back with another episode of our Bears franchise. We're going to Ford Field against the Lions. 3 games left. First seed is on the line in the NFC. Looking at our X Factors here, Mack, Robinson, Roquan, Kenny Galladay, Jeff Okudah, Clayton Judge, and Tyrone Benford. CPU uniforms are going to be in their blues. We're going to be in our whites. This is the battle here. Remember, the Giants are 10-3 with the win over us. But we do have the tiebreaker. And then the Seahawks are 10-3 but also have the tiebreaker over the Giants. So at this point, we just need to win games. And with matchups with the Lions, Eagles, and back to the Vikings to end the year, it's going to come down to the wire.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field.
As the Cowboys beat the Giants. So one of our prayers is heard as we can tie the Giants and take over that second seed.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
I'm absolutely eager to watch him play in this game because here we are, week 15. Not a lot of games left down the stretch, but will he get outside of himself trying to make huge plays in order to try and win an MVP? Because he's not in the number 1 spot right now.
No, he's not. I think everyone can.
And there it is, David Montgomery, big run.
Right now, though, because that could really get their offense out of sync, and it's been in sync most of this year. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
The Vikings trying to claw their way into a playoff spot as well. Darnell movie, good move to at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
A gain of 3, second down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Steps away to his left. He'll run it. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
On the outside, and Njoku has the first down.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 14 yards in a Chicago first down. Back to throw.
That's going to be caught by Allen Robinson.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
Off the hands of A-Rob.
In the end zone, it's incomplete. Deron Harmon right there on the coverage.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Line of protection left. Throw behind it.
And they'll go back to Robinson. This time he's got him. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So he's going to throw the football and have to be pinpointed here.
So I was going to ask you about that.
Did not get in there.
To be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. Got his man.
Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that
Oh, the running game.
Because you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Taken in the end zone, and this will not be returned.
All right, going up against Stafford.
Detroit gearing up for their opening drive here, led by Matthew Stafford, the veteran, former #1 pick back in 2009.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line.
Be Bo Scarborough out there. The Swift right now.
Touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow the defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up.
Wow, I just missed that tackle. Roquan's there though.
Offensively, you gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we just getting started here.
There's Swift.
You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice.
Minnesota's 9-5.
That when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively
Our fate's in our hands. We're going up against Minnesota.
game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first serves.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 17 carries, 109 yards.
You simply just have to win games.
Touchdown on the ground last week, and most guys I know, they're going to get the round numbers. So, you know, 10 is really the goal. And this is one
There's Amani Hooker.
selfish, and scoring touchdowns is a good thing. Look for he and the offense and try and get him in there at least twice in this game.
7 yards there and a first down. Throwing is Stafford. And in
That's dropped. Marvin Jones.
that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again, Stafford.
That's almost picked off. It's not thrown too high.
As he tried to pull that one in, couldn't hang on 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. Open man, he's got him. The tight
Fuller forces Hawkinson
gets us down
out of
inside
bounds.
35 before going out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out.
Oh!
They feel like they have
Love.
the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
Upright action there.
Distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Sounds kind of like what it was in real life for the Lions the other day.
You can bank one in if you get it on the end of the
Even though they still ended up beating the Bears.
Taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end.
Would have loved to went to Allen Robinson there. That was probably a touchdown now that I'm thinking about it.
14 yards into Chicago, first down. They'll look to throw. He'll get this underneath.
They should have went with him.
Brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They'll run on first down. It's Montgomery, and he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
I have no idea where to go with that football. Mims maybe had a chance in the back of the end zone, but I just was not confident by it.
That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Oh, this one to Tariq Cohen.
Eluding the pressure right.
And no one picks up Allen Robinson again.
Allen Robinson with his second touchdown.
Just free in the end zone.
And the Bears will extend their lead. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone?
I mean, this is the Lions defense. This is not anything crazy, but this is maybe the game we need to get back on track.
Defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
It certainly is, because we all know everyone is aiming for that number 1 seed. But failing that, because only 2 teams in the NFL get a bye, 1 from each conference, that question
There's Kyle Fuller, baby.
peaking at the right time as you start the playoffs.
That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. He's going to get that to Swift underneath, and he is going to have a Lions 1st down as
He got destroyed.
down conversion. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
Man coverage here.
Stafford going to give it to Swift.
Oh,
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Stafford able to get this complete to Swift, his running back. And he's going to have another 1st down as the
what am I playing inside for that? I need to play.
17 yards on the pickup there. The drive
I need to play towards the inside, not the outside.
on 1st and 10. Stafford to the left side here for Eifert. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
This is Scarborough. And he'll fight forward.
Good play on the outside.
But that's all. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down.
Let's actually drop Mack. Coverage.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Catch is made by
What a throw by Stafford.
and he is out of bounds inside the 30.
That's just a throw. What a way to for Hawkinson to turn up the field too.
Now Stafford. Complete to the right side. It's up.
There's Jaylon.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now Stafford. Nowhere to turn here, and he's
Mr. Rookie, Stevie Richards.
7-yard line.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle.
And this one you'll actually put through the uprights.
Here at 14-3. Now that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve any problems either.
ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's the option. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
What are they thinking?
And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Come on, Darnell.
A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could
You gotta make that play, baby.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Come on, Mims. You gotta keep on running there.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. The Detroit offense.
Field goal is just a bit faster.
On the board last time, they didn't have a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if the offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
And there's Kalil Mack.
Get there for a sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you get some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards there, first down, flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs.
Holding? Yeah.
What happened?
You held David Montgomery. That's what happened.
On the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at
Really?
a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
We got 2 plays to get in field goal range.
That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Darnell Mooney the target there, and it's 3rd and short. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. the sideline. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. This is up and good.
There we go. Darnell Mooney with the good catch on the sideline.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. 13-10, the final score. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Tom Brady, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. 21-13, your final score. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half.
That means the Vikings are now taking over that seed.
It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Fielded in the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
Good edge.
Everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
He's going to sling this deep.
And Goodson, the rookie. That's against Hawkinson, it looked like.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Oh, it's Benford.
Gets this up just shy of the 30 to the
It's
20.
their
He's out of bounds.
slot receiver.
There's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well.
I think he's in his 2nd year. Oh, if I could have turned that edge.
Done on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
To get a little more cushion. And this one incomplete.
That's the correct throw there.
Out of that one, and it's 3rd down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
That is caught by Cullen, and he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. Right here.
And that'll be incomplete.
Tight coverage, but
A pretty good shot as he
I
tried
didn't have anywhere where I felt comfortable throwing that football.
drop to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be
1-on-1.
complete.
I'll take that every single time.
But it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective,
There was nowhere else I was going to go with that football.
there was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear history, you'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. He'll be dropped after a gain of about
Sweat. Now Stafford is banged up.
And Stafford's in some pain, apparently. Yet to arise following the play.
We're going to see a little bit of Maddox out here.
We'll step aside. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And his first throw here is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one. We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw.
Oh, that snap was just...
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out to say, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's
That was a dangerous throw,
they got the win last week.
to say the least.
There's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield, and you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe a big play does occur
I
down.
think that safety was supposed to drop down a box, and he didn't.
Stripe into Lion territory. In on the stop that time, Terrell Basham.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's
Oh, look at that play there by Jeff Okuda.
5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Well, young quarterback Charles rolling to his
What
right.
a
But
pick.
is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
46 yards on the play. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
I think I like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
Able to get a couple
Nope,
there, but one
that's Hicks.
plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They'll run with Swift. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 9th touchdown.
Should expect it just a straight run.
Lions are able to draw a bit closer.
But he would have just audible to a pass.
Football vision, and
There's nothing I can really do about that.
went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. And it wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
The Chicago offense set to get started. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Montgomery to begin the drive. And to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Trey Flowers there on the tackle. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Flush to his right. Able to connect.
And there's Denzel Mims.
And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
Let's go. Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
First down, here's the run from Montgomery. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
All day, every day.
On 2nd down, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final of this 3rd quarter. Back now at Ford Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They'll run forward, Montgomery.
There it is.
He is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As the Bears push further out in front. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they're already thinking ahead as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call?
I don't have a clue what to do with David Montgomery at the end of the year.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Taken in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd.
Ooh, Roquan. Jesus.
A gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
That's Stafford checking back in the game.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That was good protection. That was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Back in Hicks.
Gets him right around the 43. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Check 31.
To the air again, Stafford. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
Short.
That's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run out.
Good play by Fuller.
That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Couldn't have done it better there.
All game long, there hasn't been a lot of sync. Quarterback to
And it's blocked by Vildor! And Richards is going to pick it up.
Well, that field goal pretty much sums up the day for them, doesn't it?
Boy, it really does. What's the word we often use? Symptomatic. It's just
What a play.
Give a lot of credit to the guys who got in and blocked the kick. They've had the advantage all game, and they continue to press it.
A little bit of a counter play.
He's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Again, they'll go right with Montgomery. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Holding.
Forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
Man, why are we doing this?
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
And Robinson will make it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the third down conversion. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Let's go. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Did we get some movement outside, maybe?
Oh, yeah, and here we go again.
We get the edge. Like we should have had there.
About the 10-yard line.
He would Allen Robinson would have actually
A nice play design there with a touch pass. Looked good at the
looked at that.
line. The defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing.
Oh, that's a good throw.
After having worked on it
Good chance.
They drilled on the play, then they drilled him. That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded in the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything had to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously,
A hooker's gonna come in there.
Down, a bear sack.
well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
To try again after the sack. Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Lions go for it on 4th. It's Stafford.
Knocked away.
Incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter? It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Right there, 56.
On 2nd down now, it's Montgomery, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but he's denied. He's trying to get this.
And he's in.
Punch it in.
Zone touchdown Bears. David Montgomery.
Why not? Pedal to the metal, baby.
His 6th on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that.
Monty has over 100, over the century mark.
Because both teams came into the game with the
Cohen, I think, is like 50 all-purpose yards.
imposed its will on the other.
Allen Robinson, 2 TDs.
Right now, wow,
Mims, I think, has like
after what they faced in this
75 yards.
Will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Mack gets his 21st sack.
Down. Stafford is sacked. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. On first down, it's Stafford. And
Oh.
incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down.
Goodson.
Tackles made here at the Bears 41-yard.
Goodson played good in the slot, man.
In the win column for the Chicago Bears, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road, how about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin? Most time they jumped all over them. In a division game, it's usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for Chicago, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
All right, let's go to the stats. Judge, pedestrian day, but 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Decent day. Montgomery over the century mark, going at 8 yards. 2 touchdowns for Montgomery as well. Swift had touchdown. Allen Robinson, $112. Mims 74 yards, and he was 20-36. No one had 1 for 10. Touchdowns there by Allen Robinson. Mack had 2. Stevie Richards, the rookie, had 1. Amani Hooker. Exception by Jeff Okuda. Not introduced. Josh Sweat, who's played it absolutely remarkable. Get run stopper for the block shedding. Read a block shedding. 1 acceleration. Ooh. Reese Harris. Kind of putting behind Hicks. All these guys. Put some into power rush. Okay, power moves. You're young. Good more to speed rusher. Acceleration. Two. Ooh, nice. Acceleration 90. He could be good. Give him slot. Chris Burrow. BCL is going to be in the slot. Not going to be out wide. Made the playoffs. Your GM wants to congratulate you. Whole team games 20 morale. Okay. Week 16, 2 games left. 2 big games left, might I add. Great players. Christopher Wilder gets an upgrade here. Go into the zone. The zone coverage. Okay. Dominic Reynolds. I've seen the field a little bit here and there. Guy. We're going to have him get route runner up. Route speed. Got a speed there. I think Reynolds might be a guy that plays very well for us. Agile here. Wow, look at this. And strength. What a nice one. Darnell Mooney gets one. Well. Medium deep routes. His deep threat up. This deep route goes to 3, release goes to 1. Okay. Week 16 against the Eagles. We're back to 2 seed. We would play the Packers if we do this. Seahawks. A couple grueling games still. We finish with the Eagles and the Vikings. We could possibly it's going to be a division game. Great division home game if I get the wild card. Other end, just a little bit shuffling around. Jags are now the 3 seed. Browns up to the 2 seed. Pats have the 4 seed. And it's Baltimore, 5th seed. Colts have the 6th. Broncos hold it, 7th. So a lot of the same things over in the AFC. Remember, we got to deal with Fletcher Cox in this Eagles defense. Then we might have a make or break it game at home. I just want to look at it right now. Who's in the MVP conversation? And it is Sean Watson's. Yeah. Sean Watson's in the lead there. Mitch is down here at 9. Clayton Judge is at 10. Mitch just does so well in Madden for some reason. Goes the year, Demetrius Turner, 11-3. Also have Thomas Pita. The NFC, who kind of is leading. Offensive Player of the Year, yeah, Russell Wilson. Lil Mack, defensive, because just obviously ridiculous. So if this was someone who wasn't a superstar X Factor, we'd raise it. Offensive rookie is Cole Bennett. We don't really have a starting offensive rookie, so that's there. For defensive, Goodson's down here at 4th. Chris Benjamin's up here in Cameron Northcutt. Connor Can. I don't think he's going to make a late push. Best QB, Tom Brady right now over Clayton Judge. Halfback, Saquon. Okay. Makes sense. Best receiver, Allen Robinson. So if this actually goes through, Cole Bennett will get at least a bump. Just as long as it doesn't take him to X Factor. Maybe we'll bump Sims instead. Denzel Mims is down here as well. O-line. We have one, James Daniels. He's up here at 6. We never have anyone in the O-line there. D-line, we don't have anyone. Linebacker, Kalil, Mack. So if it's there, we'll give it to Harold Landry. If Roquan ends up being second, we're not going to upgrade Roquan. IQs? Okay. You see down there, it is Eddie Jackson. Abe Pinheiro's, of course, up there. The AFC right now. John Watson, Bobby Ukariki. Red Green. Ooh, and Jeffrey Beckham. This is Ty Dillon. This is their quarterback, I think. Brandon Hoover. Okay. Holmes. Nick Chubb. See that? Aaron Jones of the Patriots. That was a good one. He is work there. Cunny Stills. I did not think that was going to. JJ Watt over with the Chiefs, trying to get his Super Bowl. Interesting there. Bobby Okereke out here, the Colts. Work. Dory Jackson. Wow, okay, I was not expecting that. We're 3rd in passing touchdowns and 4th in passing yards. Oh. Okay. We'll pass 4,000, that's for sure. Rushing, Montgomery's going to be short of that 1,000-yard season. Exactly. We could possibly have 2 1,000-yard receivers. I really think we could. Roquan's got the most tackles on the team. Will Max 21.5 sacks. Josh Sweat is doing good with 8. Receptions, Eddie Jackson's up there. Forced fumbles, Kalil Mack and Josh Sweat. I mean, we're getting it done. We are definitely getting it done. And the rookie playing in that slot. Scrappy as hell. Doing good things. Good to see. Perkins with the 43.4. That's pretty good. All right, guys. That'll be the end. Actually, we need to look at the Eagles. Not playing the Vikings yet. Got a little ahead of myself. Let's look at the Eagles roster. Fletcher Cox, of course, up there at the top. Carson Wentz is still starting for him, 87 overall. He's a superstar. Jalen Hurts is backing him up to his third year here. See a bit of Miles Sanders, Jason Huntley, Joseph, Watt, Jalen Rager. He's our number one right now. Alshon is regressing. See him. Number 2 slot. JJ Arcega-Whiteside, Hightower, Quint Watkins. Zach Ertz is still out here. Jacob Hollister. Looks like Dallas Goddard left. Uzuma. Dom Thomas, 70 overall, who they drafted last year out of San Diego State. Progressing quite well. Dixon Malio. Max Turner's here. Ben Jones. They got an Andre Dillard, so this is going to be a switch off probably next year. Brandon Brooks, still going strong here at 33 years old. Lane Johnson at 32 going strong over at right tackle, but they did bring in Keon Booth. Played some. Just not enough to unseat either side. Maybe in the offseason, I do put him at a position starts. Brandon Graham, Aaron Boston College. He's going to grow. Derek Barnett, 6th year. Hill. Fletcher Cox is here. 31 years old. Javon Hargrave and Jared Middleton, rookie of Oklahoma. Left outside linebacker going with Shaquem Griffin. Zuniga? Yes, Zuniga. I actually knew a guy with a... But I know it's not him. Because he went to Florida. The guy I'm talking to did not go to Florida. Sean Bradley, TJ Edwards, Dodge over here. We got an Oregon. Von Taylor out here. Kevin Reeves, who I think will be starting in no time here. Rookie out of Maine, 21 years old. Baxton Porter. You still got Darius Slay over here, about to turn 32. Vontae Maddox, Levi Wallace, who they added. Trey Herndon as well. Ron Boss. Corner I was high on, but he was a little too old, so we ended up not taking him. Last year, we went ahead and took... we actually took no one. We ended up going with Hayden, and that's how we ended up with Goodson. John Elliott, Adrian Colbert, Von Wallace, Brandon Blank did last year. I think it will be a great safety. Needs some development, so sit behind Kevon Wallace, but this might be a part where maybe he can pop to the surface. Steven Hauschka and Blake Gillikin. Alright guys, that'll be the end of this episode. Thank you all for joining me. It's going to be a big one here. A playoff picture as it sounds. It is in the balance. We are fighting over that 1 seed with Seattle. I think Seattle ended up winning that. Wish it would say what the records are there. So Seattle did win that. So we're fighting over that seed. We're 11-3. They lost the last game. That's what it was. So this goes into a whoever wins the last 2 games. Seahawks are in the driver's seat right now. But see how that goes. So thank you all for joining me, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button below, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys Week 16 going up in the Eagles. Later.